up where we left off last time. Can you recall where we were last time?
Yeah, we were down on the ground.
Down on the ground.
Yeah.
And we were on a mountain.
Mm-hmm.
And you were there with a horse.
Yeah.
And what else do you remember?
And the masculine girl that was given. And one of the riders had a
Right. I want your general impression of these two girls. If you were to give a general impression of them, what impression you get as you look at them?
Well, the masculine one I still like.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And which one is the masculine one?
The one with the buckskin.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
You feel you like her?
Yeah, but she's not like most masculine girls that I dislike. Something friendly about her.
You like her because she's friendly?
Yeah, and not pushy. Mm-hmm.
And as you look at the other one, what's your impression of her now as you see her?
She's not quite as hostile as it was last time.
Not quite as hostile?
No. I don't see her quite as... She's vaguer.
She's vaguer?
Mm-hmm. Even more so than last time. But at least there's no hostile feelings around her. Maybe that's because she's more vague.
Any changes in anything else as you look around?
No, and the horse. Horse seems a little bit frightened.
Mm-hmm.
Seems rather eager to... That was the impression I had when I visualized it again. Was the horse seemed to be getting up and laying down and looking out around him. Like he was wondering, like the father gets up earlier, at a camping trip. And they're going back, and he wants to get started while the others are still just deciding that they should get up. And he's up and ready and eager and waiting, wondering which route to take, and so on. That's the way the horse reminds me. They're not sure what's going to happen.
How do they feel?
Well, a little apathetic.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow I think that the horse should try to get them interested in going,
The horse should get them interested.
Mm-hmm. But he knows pretty much what's next, I guess. Really, he seems to.
Is he doing that?
Yeah, I sort of nudging him with his nose, And the blonde one, he started on her first.
Mm-hmm.
And so she gets up. And she goes over and shakes the other one. So the other girl gets up on her feet with the help of the masculine one who reached down and helped her. But she sort of is just going along. She's not really, she's just going along with it because she was tired of being bothered, so she got up. In a rather resigned way,
She doesn't really feel like going, but she's going anyway.
Almost rather puzzled as to, what are you bothering me for? How did I get here? And as I say that, I feel burning to feeling. I feel they should go wash before they take off. I don't know just where. Seems to me there should be a spring somewhere around there. With the mountains, would there be?
Do you see one?
I have a lot of trouble with the waves going through, past my eyes, or whatever they're going past. Almost like clouds.
Makes it difficult to see the picture?
right now. Yet really not, because the minute I concentrate, I can see it. But they try to keep interfering. I think there's a spring over on the right.
Which one of those girls decided that there ought to be a
Probably masculine one.
masculine?
Mm-hmm. So she goes back and gets the horse, and they go over to the spring on the right. It's sort of a silvery spring.
Anything else about it that you can describe?
Well, she lets go of the rein, and the horse goes to the right. And she leads the other girl. And she kneels down, and the other girl, it's kind of vague. But she kneels down too. Then they begin to wash the face and the hands. I haven't decided what they'll wipe with.
Why are they washing?
Because they're dirty, I guess. Because that's the thing to do. Because it's something they would have done anyway. You know.
Are they all clean now?
You know, the blonde one combing her hair. But the other one has a feeling of being thought foolish because she cares how her hair looks. All this time, incidentally, I'm having a burning in my stomach.
Mm-hmm. When did this start?
Started as they bent down to wash.
Mm-hmm.
As I had mentioned that she had a hard time, it's the same thing that I have about some reason or other, about trying to look feminine. This really bothers me when I talk about this for some reason.
You talk about what?
Trying to look feminine.
Mm-hmm.
The waves really come in, but I'm embarrassed to say that for some reason. So the girls found, the other girl, the masculine girls found something in the pocket, I guess a white rag, a white something, and passes it over to the other one.
Mm-hmm.
She wipes her hands in a rather feminine way. So the horse is drinking, and the masculine one goes over to get the horse. And they look around. And I remember that there was a house there somewhere, and it still seems they have to go down further to reach the house. The house is very small and looks rather narrow, thin, or however a house looks. It isn't very big. It's 2-story.
They have to go down?
Mm-hmm. Because when they landed, they were above the house.
I see.
They're still looking around. They don't have anything to eat. At least they haven't yet. And the masculine one goes up and gestures as though she's asking, "Are you ready?" to the other one. The other one sort of says yes in a rather meek way. She's being led by the hand by the masculine one. And the horse is there now with the masculine one's right hand. And I wondered just now why I said red. I'm trying to find some kind of a way to get down.
Can you see it?
No, because the whole it's just rather vague, you know. Seems that there are trees all around and rocks. I find my stomach feeling thing. If I could just find the path. I had the same trouble I did when I was up in the park the other day.
You feel blocked, you can't
Yes,
go.
I do feel blocked. I did think of the ladder, you mentioned it to me. But I didn't say it because I thought it sounded so foolish. But I realized now it wasn't. It was way down.
Yes, this is a daydream. We can make it anything we like.
I know it's essential that I find a path.
Yes, it is.
Yes, they're both looking around. The feminine girl is just sort of following suit. They both seem to have, the masculine one's face is still clearer, and she has a friendly face. But this girl this week definitely isn't the same girl that started off on the ride with them.
Say she isn't?
No, I mean, she's the same girl, but her whole attitude is different.
How different?
Well, she's rather nice and rather condescending to the others' suggestions, and I feel rather dizzy.
You feel dizzy?
Yeah, something at the back of my head. And the masculine one points. But the strange thing is they're pointing down, where she might have seen a path she seemed to get through, she pointed up, and now it's straighter. And I have a hard time with the feminine one. And I sense that she wants to, but something's holding her back. Wants to look where this girl is pointing.
She's afraid to look.
Apparently. It's hard for me to give her any substance. She still seems a little shallow. She's just there. Although she's friendly. Friendlier. I don't know if it's out of fear or... No, I think it's because she really and truly wants to go along with this other. She wants to, but something's holding her back. She seems smaller than she did last week. I got that impression all through it so far. This time, shorter, slimmer. That frightens me.
It frightens you?
Yeah.
Do you know why?
Yeah, because, well, I'm analyzing it because I feel that that's not that she should grow larger if I'm to get better.
You feel she should be growing larger if you want to get better.
Yeah.
But in your vision, she's getting smaller.
Pretty easy, though, to make her what I want to.
You think you'll keep her that way?
No. I'm afraid if she gets larger, she'll be hostile again.
If she's larger, she'll be hostile.
If she gets back to her, because I can remember her, she was hostile when she was on there, hostile and haughty and very haughty. That's the word.
Very haughty. But now as you see her, she's shorter and thinner and not hostile and not haughty.
She's very vague, yeah, but no, she's not hostile. I'm having a hard time seeing her, even seeing her now as I talk. It's like the masculine one turned around and you can hardly see her. I'm having a very, very rough time with getting her back. I just had thought that wouldn't it be great if and I got to tell you what I felt. I had the thought that wouldn't it be great if this feminine one could become part of the masculine one, and she didn't have to lose her after all. She just couldn't see her as a separate being.
Is that your conscious thought, or that's what's happening in your vision?
Yeah, it's a little mixed up. No, I think it started happening in my vision.
What do you see or feel?
But the masculine one is still pointing.
Mm-hmm.
She was pointing incidentally all the time. And as I even thought of this, the other one became, the masculine one became a little bit arrogant.
Mm-hmm.
And less friendly. Less willing to be friendly. I can't get the other one back. It's just that it seems like she's gone towards the other one. She's on the left, she was on the left.
Which one was it?
The feminine was on the left and had a hold of the masculine girl's hand.
Mm-hmm.
And the masculine girl was pointing with her right hand. It's like she sort of went right through her arm, right up into her.
Mm-hmm.
And now the other one's standing there, she doesn't know what to do. That's it. It's vague to her too.
Mm-hmm.
It was, she's not used to having things like this happen.
Mm-hmm.
She's used to being a separate person, a single person.
How does she feel now that this is happening?
Like she wants to, in fact she does, she sort of looks all around, down around the body, so what the hell is happening here?
Mm-hmm. Is she changed in any way too?
Sort of, she's grown just a little bit taller.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I had that impression a few minutes ago, that she had grown taller.
Mm-hmm.
Her arms were longer.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit, not good looking, a little bit gangly looking, like a young boy, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like his shoulders were rather hunched up. The face seems to be undergoing changes.
Can you describe those?
Not good changes. Almost a little, as I thought about it, the thought of the picture of Dorian Gray came back to me.
Mm-hmm.
But still sort of shining through it is this pleasant girl with a pleasant face that I liked. Almost like animals, you know?
What's like animals?
Or like more than not, or if not more than that, all kinds of horrible little animals. Small, all scrambling around the left side of the face. And the right side is there, showing. Sort of looking out from under it. And it's as though she wanted to get back and throw these animals out, and these horrible looking things all scrambling for a place to stay with her, or something like this. I think of the word possession, I guess, of her head.
The animals want to possess her head?
Mm-hmm. Or they want to be where her head was.
Mm-hmm.
And she recognized this, and what I feel is her typical way, sees it and is sorry for them rather than being angry.
Mm-hmm.
Not even too afraid, just very sorry for them. Like no matter what happens. Like no matter what happens, she won't be angry with them.
Mm-hmm.
seeing something, that this is an important thing for some reason.
No matter what happens, what is she afraid might happen?
So she just might go away, get out of it, be pushed out. And yet she feels that no matter what happens, she will still exist. Where it counts, wherever that is. She doesn't want to hurt them. There's an alligator there. Yeah. He seems to be biting the other animals. They're fighting back. Horrible animals, you know.
How would you describe them?
Well, they're not single. The only thing that seems to be single is the alligator, and he's not too single. Just his head is there biting. They're like horrible things, the things that are all wrapped around each other and not, and everything. You know what I mean. Somehow I don't think he should be allowed to swallow them up.
Can you do something about that?
Well, there's a lion there, and he's got his right foot up. If he could hit the alligator just right, I think, on the back of his head. And because of the girl watching this feels that she has to let it happen. She can't stop. She can't stop this because this is not really her business, I guess. Or if it is, there's nothing she can do about it.
Is there something she wants to do about it?
She'd like to have them all living. Because it's just, and yet she knows for that well, what is it? Something about survival.
You mean they all can't live in peace with each other?
That's what I mean. This is what she's been told, and she wishes that they could.
There's nothing she can do to make it happen?
Well, maybe. If she could talk to them, and explain that they both have a right to live.
Is she doing that?
And yet, she wants to, but she's deciding, because yet, if she knows that this can't be, because this is the way the world is. And some have to die, to make room for others. So. Yeah, she doesn't want to do it there, because it seems like because she doesn't want to have any part in violence. But you see, just her head is there.
Just her head?
I mean, they're still on, they're still around her head. And just her head is over to the right.
What do you think she will decide to do?
Well, I think she decided to talk to the alligator.
Should have talked to the alligator. She's saying.
I'm having a hard time. why you feel you have to fight. But really you don't have to fight. Because it seems to be mostly just lying there now. It seems between them, the others are there, but they're not too important. The lion and the alligator. Seems the alligator was winning out.
Over the line?
I think he would have. If the girl hadn't decided to speak. Seemed like he was still there with the lion too was still there with his arm up though, ready to club her, which he didn't.
You think they're glad that she...
Yeah, as a matter of fact, yes, sort of. I sense that they're rather glad that someone came along and put into words what they already suspected to be true somewhere along the way, that it was ridiculous to kill each other, because what would be there? They'd probably both die anyway. And if they just have to go on, whoever won, and the alligator would just have to go on, always fighting these same battles for nothing. And so he's telling the alligator that why bother to do this, because we've just come up against another reason to fight. And he's not listening out of the corner of his eye. And she looks at the lion. It's a vague lion, but I can see the paw more than I can anything else. He tells the lion that sent us to fight too. But being king of the lion is the king of whatever the king of. It doesn't mean he has to kill everyone. And lion thinks this makes sense too. There's something he suspected all along too. He just did it because it was expected of him. More what's going on in the group, I guess. In fact, they both realize there's really no need to kill each other.
I feel they have a choice now.
They have a choice not to kill these two. These two have a choice not to kill each other. They aren't sure about. In fact, the big question in their mind, the question is okay, so we listen to you now, but what happens? Eventually we'll go on, you won't always be with us. And who's going to protect me from someone who tries to kill me? Will you always protect me? And I keep wanting to say the boys, you know, about the girl, the masculine girl.
You want to say what about?
I keep wanting to say the boy instead of the girl. And it just dawned on me that I wanted to call him a boy, mainly because he's taking the role of a judge or something masculine. That's really the only reason, except there's more strength, and that they might listen to him more if he were a boy. So they say, all right, and he wants to get rid of them because, in a way he wants to not really get rid of them, but he wants them to move out of the way so he can get back. I'm trying to get the face clear. Faces. Many faces.
Many faces?
Well, it seems to be. It's not a clear image of her face. She still seems to, I'm still trying to get her head back in the she still seems to the left a little bit, still drifting. Seems to be many things taking over and getting to her head, to her shoulders. where she's supposed to be. And still she's not angry at these other things that keep trying to come in. Which is surprising. She doesn't even seem too frustrated. Just accepting. And the alligator and the lion now, they're not that much closer together. They're a little bit closer together in front of the rock, and they're looking on. Like, how can she stand this? That's very normal place. Why is she so nice about it? How can she be so understanding when these other people keep trying to crowd her out? And they aren't good people.
They're good people?
No.
They're not good people?
No. Selfish, angry, very selfish people. People who don't really care about anybody as long as they get where they want to get at the time. They might even laugh at it and use it.
The lion and the alligator are wondering why she doesn't take her rightful place.
Yeah. Yes, they kind of understand this is what it's all about. This is what goodness is.
I mean, goodness is letting other people take advantage of you.
No, not the way it sounds. Goodness is standing back and understanding. And I think seems to be a funny kind of face, almost a maximum face, an angry face. And even they are just beginning to wonder, why is she doing something? Why isn't she fighting back? And so the other girl decided she should start talking to this other person, this other head. And she's asking him what he wants there. As a man, I guess by now. Yeah. He's not a... He's big, but he's a man, I think, with black hair.
And so the head is a man?
And I think he has black hair. And she's saying, why do you want to be here? He doesn't really have much reason. Except she's stupid enough to leave it. Well, here I am. And he says, what would you do if I moved out? And gave you your rightful place, if it is the rightful place. And she says that she can do better if she has her whole body. And he said, why? And incidentally, I feel this is important. I feel not much learning, but I feel that this is very important. I feel sort of an emotion that, seems to be building as I talk about that. It's important that she has her whole body, that she can really do something worthwhile with that. Like she has her whole body, she can, and she'll be accepted more for psychological. And she can go out and help people. And she can get across that she can do more with the whole body in a way to help others. It's a purely unselfish drive that's causing her to want her body back, I think. And he seems a little bit more reluctant to stay there. Like, that sort of makes sense, but where would he go? That's a big problem. Where would he go? She doesn't really want him with her. She doesn't know how she feels. She accepted him, let him stay there, and with her too. It's not a very pleasant thought at the moment.
About letting him stay?
He's smiling at her now, sort of. You know who he looks like?
What's he look like?
Sort of. My stepfather. Not the first stepfather.
The first.
Wavy black hair.
Mm-hmm.
The stepfather's head is clearer than the other ones. The feminine, there's a feminine component to this masculine one anyway. The very fact that she's nicer makes her feminine.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and she says, well, all right, if I come over and stay with you, if we really get together, then what's our first move to the stepfather?
Mm-hmm.
But his first idea is go get him to eat. Something practical, or he's not thinking of going to help somebody else. And she thinks, well, this is all right, as long as it's primarily to give me strength
Mm-hmm.
to do something decent.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, I don't know, I don't know about your motive. Mine is because I'm hungry. She gets just a tiny bit irritated with him, because she recognizes that this is not a very good motive. And yet she recognizes too the hunger,
Mm-hmm.
that this is a very human thing. And she thinks maybe if she helps him to get what he wants, just maybe he has some energy left to think about something else, to begin to think along the channels that she thinks. And this is to help somebody else. To help somebody else not be as lonely and lost as she has been. And he says, after what's happened to you, why should you be so interested in helping others? And she says, that she feels very fortunate that she feels this way. She feels that this is really something to be able to feel this way, and she would feel any other way if given the chance. And he says to her, then he gets the idea by now that to go with her, he's got to go along with her. And he sort of was wondering if she'd believe him when he says his attitude has begun to change just a tiny bit. And she don't know, she isn't quite sure, she doesn't know if he's sincere, but she senses he is. She senses more than anything else that he wants to please her now. He's still hungry, but he's beginning to understand that this girl is no phony. And I can visualize the head going over to towards the fellow, the stepfather. And they're sort of there together now, on the other shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How do you mean they're together?
Well, it sounds crazy, but of course, that's in where your head is.
Mm-hmm.
And he feels a little bit smug though. Aha, he's got her. And she feels a little bit helpless. Like, how in the hell am I getting out of this? I trusted him, and look at him, he's back. He's back to what he was, with that villainous look on his face. He says, all right, now let's go get something to eat. And she goes, and she's afraid. Afraid like the hospital last week. Once this girl had ridden him, or had gotten on top of him, instead of being indifferent, he became frightened with his ears back. And she goes along in a very passive way, but she's decided that if she ever gets out, she'll never go back again. She won't be, made a fool of the second time.
By the man, you mean?
Mm-hmm. And he's rather smug. So there's a tree there with some apples. He's in the garden of Eden. My conscious thoughts are kind of surprise me.
Oh. How do you mean?
So when I mentioned the Garden of Eden,
Mm-hmm.
about, sin and apples and all that stuff. Yet, she said that they got over there, and she says, well, aren't you going to eat it? Aren't you going to get some? And his attitude seemed to change back a little bit to, well, now we're here. But I'd much rather have a whole meal. Besides, I really don't want to do anything to upset you or something like this. She looks at him rather surprised, like you don't. She begins to feel a warm feeling towards him again. Like maybe this guy's on the level. So he says to her then, where shall we go? She said, well, there's a house. He said, do you dare? And she said, being a little bit more herself in command and understanding and rather than hostile or afraid, she said, I don't see how they can hurt us. I'm having a hard time deciding them. I feel that in order for them to go together, they should be separate, as separate people. And yet, no, I think it's better if they go together. So, as one. So, I'm having a hard time with the right feet. With the feet. The fellow was on the left.
You're not walking too well together yet.
No, that's the idea, you can't quite keep in step. You can't get in step. But he wants to keep putting his foot out first.
Mm-hmm.
As I say these things, they make sense to me, consciously.
Okay, we'll discuss those concepts perhaps later. Continuation going.
However, I feel the feminine one should be the one go first. I feel that would be some kind of feat. But a good feat, not a competition. Like if he says if he allows her to go first, she will have all the more trust in him. Because she's just as strong as he is, really. So he's afraid of this, though. He's doubting her strength a little bit. He doesn't want to say so to hurt her feelings, but he's doubting it. So they start walking out of branches. Having a hard time still trying to get them to walk together. But they're doing it. He went in first again. He started out again, and she followed him. And they turn left somewhere. The house is over to the right, and they have a sharp left. And they should have a clear path. I'm having a very difficult time finding the path. And anytime I think of trying to get a path, all that comes to mind is the brown, bare dirt that you don't usually see. A brown, hard there, do it like it goes, and in this kind of weather, the ground is hard. But they try, and they start going down, scooching to get over the things and under the brushes, and he grabs a hold of the tree, and tries to get it, and tries to hold himself up. Seems to be a lot of green, evergreen, all this stuff to get over to the house. There's a few logs. He steps over them, and she steps over them then, too. And then there's some type of marsh and stuff. But he makes it, and she follows along after him. He's always holding on to something though. And she goes with him because that's the way it should be, and for some reason. As long as he makes it, even though he has to hold on to something, she's quite sure she'll be there. I have a hard time finding any way over to the house though. In between there now, it's gotten to be nothing. Just there's the house. No woods even.